bodies. Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now. Like it's not. You ain't got nothing to say. Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop doing this. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up? It's the CO Show Podcast. I am your host, CO, and today is a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day outside until I got on the way here, and it started raining once I hit Campbellton Road. Shout out to them people on Campbellton Road. Oh, wow. I used to party on Campbellton Road, too, man. How y'all doing today?
Is that what you call that? A party?
Oh, absolutely. That's my uncle.
Hold on. Are you lost in translation? Because I'm a little lost in
My uncle
translation.
introduced me to it. Great times, man. Campbellton Road.
Campbellton Road.
What happened on Campbellton Road?
Word up. What's that story about?
We ain't got time for that.
Just dive right in.
Too deep.
Great times. Gigi, how you doing? Huh?
I'm doing good, just living life. You know what I'm talking about?
Gigi got the whole is that a cardigan?
Cardigan.
Okay, cardigan going on today.
Nice. Switch it up on them,
Thought that shit was a sweater, but all right.
Sweater weather.
I hate you guys.
How you doing, Tiffany?
I am fantastic now that I'm here.
Yay!
Okay, Julio.
Yeah, I thought y'all were gonna shoot the show by the time I got this motherfucker with that traffic.
Man, you was late
it
as
was
hell.
unbelievable.
1, 2, 3, all y'all.
Bro, that rain came out of nowhere.
It did, and it
Late.
And
That
it
job must
hard.
be paying well, Julio guy. He's shining today.
Bling,
Man.
bling.
Bling, bling. Every time I come around, bling, bling.
Cause I don't call attention to Gigi when she come in here on 1,000.
You know it. Okay.
We know Gigi was inherited money.
Oh, here we go. No.
Are you
That is
kidding
not
me,
true.
Theo?
That is not
Are you
true.
kidding me?
We're talking about new money over
not.
here.
Absolutely not.
We're talking about new money over here.
Absolutely. I couldn't wait for
Gigi
that.
creates her
Absolutely
own
not.
bag.
Thank you,
gets
sis.
her
Well,
own
I didn't
bag.
say
Need I
she
say
didn't create her
more?
own bag.
Need I say more?
She adds to the bag this thing.
Gigi's an entrepreneur.
Hey.
She has several bags.
Thank
She
you.
does.
Shout out to her, man. Anyway,
Hellified entrepreneur.
Thank you.
I was reading a story just now, and I'm so happy that I didn't read it before today, and I get my real reaction.
Oh, Lord.
February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Okay.
A young lady in Florida who has a child, she went to the whole, you know how you have to go to your child's teacher-parent conference.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Evidently, her child is a menace to society or a menace to the classroom. The teacher then looks at the mom and says, look, you need to learn how to raise your child. And the woman assaults the teacher.
Oh, my God.
There is a way that you speak to me when it comes to something that came out of my vagina. So
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
That's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
I don't think I should
Period.
ever address you about anything in that matter,
Thank
man.
you very much.
People
I
don't play
appreciate
about
that.
their kids.
No,
Y'all gonna
I do
learn
not.
today.
I do not. Mm-mm.
Yes, man. Very interesting story. What do you think would happen? I don't even know what happened to the lady, but
I was gonna say I guess I need to know more details
put your
behind
hands
it.
on your child's teacher.
But was
at
she
the-
provoked in a way? Because I can't say
But those are words.
I dig it, but you don't know what's being said, the
Yeah.
mannerisms of how they're being said, and that
Right.
kind of thing. Don't try me because I'm a parent. I don't
Facts.
care. The level of professionalism still needs to be present in this
yes.
moment. So
I'm
if I'm
so glad
feeling
you said that.
disrespected, then I don't care who you teaching. You
Yeah.
finna teach these hands real quick.
Yeah.
So
Period.
you're going
them hands
to go
gonna
to
teach.
jail.
Again, it just depends on the situation.
Yes.
So I will go to jail for my children. So yes.
That's real.
All right.
Yeah.
Joe Biden. In other news, in more respectful news,
Right.
less violent news, which could turn violent if it carried out.
Man.
Joe Biden urges people to get back to work in the office.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Hell
And
no.
what he's not saying is that the commercial real estate business in some areas is not doing too well.
No.
So
Suffering.
he urges people to get back to work and stop the remote working.
Right.
Fuck that and fuck him.
Good luck
As far as this
doing
goes, I'm just
that.
saying.
That's a little difficult one because that's one of the blessings of the pandemic.
Yes.
Yes.
is
Yes.
people were urged to make people stay or let people stay at home.
Yes.
Even though I'm sure the people who own these businesses would have loved for them to come in person.
Right.
But now they saw that they could run the business, save some money without having these office
Commercial,
spaces.
right? Commercial spaces.
It's like,
There it
bro,
is.
we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I saved $1 million last year on commercial real estate.
Facts.
So what is
I know
his?
Grady.
Oh, I guess that's his back end.
Grady has a couple of floors in our building, and I think they had 3. And I think they downsized to 2.
See?
And not even a whole 2 floors. And a lot of their people, I know for a fact, are staying
Working from home.
So what's the negative for those companies, and why is he pushing this so much? If they're
he's
somewhat saving money, then
the
no.
commercial real estate.
Yes.
He's trying to save that part. And keep people in business.
Yeah.
Those are his friends. They probably are.
And not only that, but like catering services, small businesses that are surrounding those areas, different things like that. Because we were talking about it earlier. Just everyone's kind of impacted. It's like a trickle down effect almost.
Well, we have a Starbucks downstairs. I think they'll be fine.
Oh, here you go.
But I mean,
I think
along
Starbucks
with that,
will survive. They got students anyway. Go ahead.
But along with that, I feel like there's a clean balance, is there not? Because this has also generated a lot of entrepreneurship. So with me being in my home, in the comfort of my home, I now kind of have the time to dive into what Tiffany wants to do. So with, even if I'm not sitting in the office anymore. I'm in the comfortability of my own home. So yeah, I feel like a lot of.
But if ain't nobody outside, that's what I'm saying. Even for the entrepreneurs, we still need you outside.
But we've even now in the last 2 years have figured out a lot of ways of how to do things online where you don't have to. Yeah, everything is virtual right now. So and you can make money without having human interaction. Not that that's always fantastic, but we have figured out a way in the society to make that happen. Well, so I don't think that's a.
My wife works from home. My company went to half in, half out. So
what?
Yes,
oh well, I saw that coming.
So we like 5 days straight in the office.
Yeah,
it ain't in the same week. It's divided up between 2 weeks.
Okay,
and then 5 straight home. So
okay,
do 3 this week, and then 2 next week, and then 2 and then 3. So yeah,
okay,
I love it. I don't mind going to
I
office.
wish that was a damn case when I had my kids. Shoot.
Money green.
I don't mind the office. I think that I think for the employees, it's been the biggest win, clearly. But I can see the financial win for employers of being able to save money. I think that some people may miss the camaraderie, the day-to-day.
Yeah, I agree.
You do.
I don't miss that. But I don't.
You don't think it's made people lazy too? Like super comfortable? Because working from home is
but
super
those are the same people that continue to have customer service jobs for the next 10 years. You know, that's like a startup job. You know what I mean? Let's keep it pushing. So, but if you're in the same position, the same cubicle, then you probably have no problem sitting in the same pajamas too.
I can tell you it was wonderful for me because I was at home when the pandemic started. Like my job quickly sent us everybody home. I was in basketball shorts every day for about a year and a half. Except for when I would come in here.
But I know for like a mom, that's ideal, especially a mom that just had a baby or something like that. You know, that is super ideal. I definitely wish I had these options because that was a struggle. Daycare, you know, finding someone
tired of the house in 2 weeks. So blessings to y'all, but I got to go outside.
You got to make it comfortable.
Yeah, word up.
My house is very comfortable.
There has to be a space that's just work related and that's it. And when I step out of this space, then I'm not working. You know, I think that's people are doing shit on their couch and on their bed.
Yes,
it's a personality thing. Like to me, going out was like, I'm gonna hit this Target right quick, see these people. How y'all doing? We all looking for toilet paper. It's okay.
Facts.
We're working. What was everybody doing? Instacart. Everybody in the grocery store was doing Instacart.
Really?
Everyone was scanning something. Like, what are they doing? That's how I got into Instacart. What you doing?
Really?
What are y'all scanning? And someone put me onto the Instacart thing.
Oh yeah,
yes.
we don't do Instacart, but we do where we go pick our stuff up. It's already picked out for us, and she gets to see
convenience.
Walmart
Convenience is
Kroger's.
everything.
Great shit.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to be like that. Was my getting out the house was just going to Target for like 20
But like
minutes.
you enjoy being on the
Alone.
couch, yes,
Alone,
on the
yes.
couch. Yes,
Absolutely.
you are a binge
It's
watcher. Yes, that's his thing.
Really?
It keeps me absolutely
Yes.
like to me. Some people need to be around people.
Okay.
Too much being around people is too much for me.
Damn.
It just is.
Yeah,
It's like I'm okay with being alone as long as I got this TV. It's like my nigga Netflix gonna have what I need. Hulu gonna have what I need. I still am one of the people who carry normal cable.
Okay.
I know people have switched away. Younger people have switched away from that, and they have a bunch of logins.
Streaming.
But I'm okay with being alone. The pandemic was just fine to me. Like I don't need to be around people for more than 20 minutes.
As long as you can have something delivered and Wi-Fi is active, CO is
That
happy.
is funny.
Absolutely.
That is so funny.
give me a bottle of something good to drink.
Are you serious?
my.
Yeah, I got a couch in my bedroom, bro. I ain't gotta leave there.
Come on, you need a little bit of what is it called? Photosynthesis. You gotta go outside.
He also has a family.
You got to go outside.
Yeah.
He also has a family.
I got 2 kids at home.
Yeah.
that keep me
Excuses. And I'm just playing.
No,
I'm joking.
It'd be different if he said he could be home alone by himself. But
Right.
like he has, when you have family, kids, I'm pretty sure you have enough your hands full.
Hell yeah.
Maybe even keeping those kids like
occupied,
not from being bored or feeling like they're gonna go crazy. I'm sure they had to come up with different things, but
damn.
And even the kids, I mean, as an adult, it's difficult to sit in front of a computer screen for X amount of hours.
Yeah.
Now these kids are being stripped away from human interaction and being social with friends, and are sitting in front of a computer screen and being asked, "Don't doze off, pay attention." Don't go on Google. Don't go on YouTube. Don't, you know what I'm saying? So that was super, super tough. Yeah.
That shit was
even
bad.
as a parent, it's like, wait, I signed up for a lot of things, but homeschooling wasn't one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, teacher wasn't on the assignment.
Right.
Hold on.
okay.
That's funny.
On a more serious note, we all know about Ukraine and Russia and how Russia is bombing currently.
Yeah.
Ukraine. A lot of big businesses with big brands are starting to basically turn off the lights in Russia. We've had Visa, MasterCard are the newer ones that I've heard of. I know Apple said that they were going to, they can't completely cut it off, but I think that they said they were going to like basically limit their service
data
sales in Russia.
Which sucks, because for those that are not involved, it's like, man, my life is being affected already, and now my resources are being limited. You know,
and Russia is one of those places. The only company I've seen that's pretty big that has not pulled out, and people have made it pretty clear that that company is not pulling out yet, is Coke, right here in Georgia, right in Atlanta. Coke is still doing business in Russia.
Coca-Cola.
Everybody else who's doing business there seems to have cut it off. And they're like, look, you want to keep this up? Go ahead.
So are they just manufacturing out there? What's their?
I don't know what kind of. I do know for a fact, just off going on maybe 5 different tours that I've been at the Coca-Cola building, they do business pretty much in any like country that you can think of. Damn. I don't know to what extent that they're doing it, but I do know that they definitely do business in Russia.
Interesting.
But like I said, from a financial standpoint, Russia is acting like it's not affecting them. It's all good. We're going to keep this up. And it sounds good, but it's like eventually.
How long do you think this is going to last you?
I would give it another month.
Really?
I think that it's one thing when you still have like a savings. It's like quitting your job. That's really what it's like. It's like quitting your job. It's like, I saved up 10 grand. I feel like quitting my job today. Okay, your bills are $5,000 a month.
Right.
So you have a smooth 60 days before you have to start having more income coming in. So it's like, we may not know how much money they really have. And I know that they said on CNN that Russia had saved up some money for hard times like this. The problem is all of the money is not in Russia. Like some of it's here. So they're not going to be able to gain access to that money. So, I mean, they could be hard asses. We'll see.
Well, aren't they gouging gouging our gas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
very much so.
I'm feeling it.
You know what this has taught me, though? My next vehicle it may not be 100% electric, but it will definitely be electric involved in it. Like,
my shit gonna be electric all the way around.
No, I agree. Because anytime anything foreign happens, I feel like it affects us almost immediately with the gas. Like, where else can they touch us?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, as those cars are being built more and more, because there's plenty of them now. Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, even where I live at, we have a couple of the places where you can hook your car up.
Charge ports.
Yeah.
Not everywhere I've been with apartments or
definitely not. And they're very selective. There's like 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know where I'm gonna put that joint, but I definitely.
No, but they do have charging stations.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, absolutely. They do have random charging stations. Georgia Power actually has random charging stations. There was a time that the truck was doing something, I forget, but I borrowed a electric car from a friend, and they don't last very long. At all, actually. But in Googling, where can I charge this thing, I randomly found a Georgia Power charging station. Yeah, and it was actually really dirt cheap, like $. Dollars.
Okay, that's good.
And then they have like ultra charging machine, and then the regular, the one, you know, if you're in the grocery store and you just want to charge it really quick, or you know, that kind of thing. But if you're like in dire need of some insane power, they have the ones that charge it like mega charger, whatever it is that they call it exactly. But it's still a foreign thing for us out here. Because again, like he said, even in Buckhead and Midtown and those prominent luxury condos, there's only 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
And all of these places only 2-3 folks got an electric car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of Teslas where I live.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It seems like the supermarkets have more charging stations.
Whole Foods got a bunch.
Yeah,
Whole
Whole
Foods got like
Foods.
10.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But anyway, coming up in our next segment, we have some good news from my dog Bill Cosby.
Whoop, whoop. Psych.
And we have some rather wild news on the dating scene from a young man I do not know, but we'll talk about that coming up. We are back. Bill Cosby found out today, and we all found out today. I don't know when he found out, but the Supreme Court said that they will not be retrying Bill Cosby's case. That is a win for Bill Cosby.
Yes,
sir.
And the City Boys.
The city. You lost me right
Bill
there.
Bill Cosby's the king of the City Boys.
The king of the City
Yes.
Boys. That's the title you choose to give.
R. Kelly.
To give this man.
Well,
Also, R. Kelly is who?
R. Kelly's the chairman.
R. Kelly is
The
killed.
CEO.
Well, maybe he's the king.
Right.
Yes, he's definitely the king with K-A-N-G.
He's the king of R&B.
Yeah, he the
Shout out
king.
to
All
him,
right,
man.
king.
Just saying.
Fuckery.
But yeah, that's a win for Bill Cosby. And I think that if you serve your time, he clearly was found guilty.
Yes.
And he served his time. Let that man do his thing. It's not like he walked away with nothing. He did get out.
How long has he been in there?
Well,
3
he's been
years.
out. He got 3 years, but he only served maybe like a year, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
He got out early on some.
I thought he had more.
His attorney.
I feel like
No, he
it's
only
been
had
more.
3.
Definitely feels like more.
No, I thought he had more time on the table, but only served 3 because then they found this shit and was able to free his ass.
That was my thing from the jump. Is he only got, I think he got 8, but he only had to serve 3.
3 of the 8.
Got it.
So is he
was
on
able to get out.
probation?
Got it,
And what
got it.
restrictions
out.
does he have?
No,
He
he's out.
timed out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, he
Like
maxed
he got
out.
out on some kind of technicality.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he maxed out though. I assumed that he was under some sort of like parole.
Oh no,
No.
It-
type of
it's
thing.
something that worked in his favor.
Oh
big
wow,
time.
I did not know that.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
His lawyers was like you have to know too. Bill Cosby worth like $100 million easy. Like when you got that kind of attorney,
Yeah,
where
no
you
doubt.
like, yeah, my nigga, I know they said I'm going to jail, but I need you to keep working.
Yeah.
I need you to keep working on this.
How do you
Yes.
feel about him? What was that network that he was going for?
NBC.
Yeah. Do you think that's still in play? Do you feel
I think
like
that's a joke that people use. I don't know how real it is. I know people always say, "Oh, they only sent him to jail because he was
a
gonna
black
buy
man."
NBC.
Yeah.
It's like the person who owns NBC doesn't have to sell it to him.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
NBC doesn't have to sell it to him.
Yeah, but there's a
Like,
lot of politics involved with that. I am sure of it.
Yeah.
So.
And like I said, when you got, I wouldn't think that he would be buying it by himself.
No, I don't see that either.
I think NBC's worth more than $100 million. And I think he's like $100 million up or something like that. But I'm sure he's part of a group that has big bread, or he could have got a group together that has big bread and made that shit happen. But shout out to
It's gonna take like Oprah, Tyler, people like that to get together.
Shout out.
To have pulling money.
shout out to him. Now we gotta play this video right quick,
Okay.
and we will talk about it.
She says, I got a good job. I make very, very good money. And she says, the only thing I need now is a man. It's like, yo, it's like, who wants you? Who wants you? You're right. Like, once you have achieved these things, you have unfortunately disqualified yourself.
Ooh,
and
shit.
And what it is these, and this is the thing. I'm not
Ooh,
blaming
the women are going to hate him for that shit.
No,
Then.
no, see, the
They
thing
are
is,
going to
see,
hate him for that.
they should
I can't
love
wait to
me.
put this shit out.
In that video, this is a podcast. It's called Hardly Initiated. A young man claims high-earning women are less attractive. I'm gonna go last this time. I just wanna
No,
know
go
everything.
first.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
You always gonna last, bro.
Go first. Go
I get
first.
it, but-
Go
No, 'cause
first.
I like to hear people and what they think.
I mean, mine ain't gonna change based on whatever you say.
Okay.
Yeah, mine ain't gonna change.
When I first heard him,
Oh, nigga, we know.
I think my initial
Can't stand
my
him.
initial response was like, "Ooh, he's not scared to go there." Okay. Shout out to him.
He's not scared to get blocked.
I try to be objective and find like the truth, if there's some truth in what he's saying,
Or is it clickbait?
Like where is he really coming from? And there's a few things about what he said that I really do understand.
Okay.
And one of them is, let's talk about who he talked about: high earning women.
Okay.
That's a very low percentage of women, if we're being honest. And let's take it there. High earning women, what kind of jobs do you have to be a high earning woman? And I know a lot of people like to throw it out there and say, entrepreneur. Like, let's talk to entrepreneurs and see how much money they actually make and bring home. So that's not what we're holding our hats on, is just a bunch of entrepreneurs. Because any real entrepreneur knows that you ain't always gonna be winning.
Hell no.
And
you
it
working
takes a very
24/7.
long
You're gonna
time.
take some L's.
Yeah. So
yeah.
let's go to the jobs that people work to make that kind of money. And a lot of them are jobs where you have to be in charge. Like you're in charge of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Maybe you work corporate. So you're around a bunch of men all the time.
Right.
So as a woman, it probably is very difficult to be one of few or one period to be around a bunch of men. So you have to hold your own.
Yes.
And in holding your own, you have to kind of take some shit, especially if you're attractive. You have to kind of take some shit that a lot of people would be like, girl, you don't got to take that. And you kind of do. Like, you don't have to.
But it definitely comes with the territory.
If you want to like move up in the world and be respected, you don't want people to tiptoe around or feel like they got to tiptoe around you.
Right.
So it's a difficult dynamic, and you start to build this like hardness.
Yeah.
And almost you act like what we call acting like a man.
masculine.
Yes. So it's very hard to tell someone to be masculine 8, 9, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and then turn it off when you come home.
Turn it off when you come home, right?
So if you have a guy or you have a guy who's a potential guy, he may look at you and say, I'm looking for you to be soft. Because in a woman's real essence, you're supposed to be soft.
Yes.
And if you're hard, it's kind of difficult for a man to look at and be like, okay, cool. So I think that that's where he was coming from. I think it could have either been that, or he was maybe looking at it more like, oh, you don't really need a man. You got a bunch of money. You can take care of yourself. Men kind of thrive on being able to take care of women.
Yes.
So if we look at one and she's already got everything, and
you're
she's high
intimidating.
earning,
Yeah, that's what
it's a certain intimidation.
Yes.
And I've met guys who make upwards of $300K, and they have women who are like teachers.
Yes.
And they're okay with it because they don't want.
That's how I received it.
They don't want. That's what I said. It could have been two. It could have been one of those two. But they're okay with it because they don't really want a woman to be like to challenge them. They don't want a woman whose her job requires a lot of her time.
Yeah.
So she has less time
don't
to be
be
home
pretty.
for him and the kids.
And don't be pretty in a male-dominated field, because that's what I have to deal with. Everything I want to do is damn near male-dominated, and niggas are insecure and can't trust. And I'm like, you can't trust me.
I can hold my own. Yeah.
And I'm so whatever, like to work on my femininity because I can be a little.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm tapped in, and when we do run across that right one that can unlock that side of us, we gotta trust that.
We have no problem being soft.
Problem. So I just hate that narrative that they point or paint about us always being masculine. No, when we find that right guy, we can't let that down. I've seen my soft side come out. So
But I
don't know.
Let me challenge both of y'all with both of y'all just said the same thing. They said when we find that right guy, we don't have a problem being soft.
Yes.
To get to that right guy, so you're saying you're going to be hard until you get to that.
No,
right
it's
guy.
not being hard. It's about
Or you're going to be viewed
allowing us to feel comfortable with the balance.
Yes.
So don't view me as this hard exterior, because at the moment you're looking at me in that light,
We can feel that.
Yeah, we can feel that. But if you allow me to be vulnerable in a space that I'm comfortable, I actually want to let my hair down.
Yes.
Because it got to be pulled the fuck up when I leave this place and be out here 8-9 hours in front of these other men. You know what I'm saying?
Like, as much as
So
she's
if
a
you
hard ass, she wants to be a woman. Like, every woman wants to be the woman.
Just like every man also.
Yes, we do.
Just like every man wants to be spooned too. Although y'all say y'all
like
don't. You get what I'm saying?
every hard man has that soft side.
Explain to me what that means.
Every hard masculine man, y'all have
She
that
said
soft
spoon.
side.
What does that mean?
Y'all want to be babied. I done had
Okay.
big grown
You should've
men
started with
that
that.
want to be
You
cuddled
know what I
and
mean.
loved
No,
on.
nigga.
You know what I mean by
catered
that.
to.
Oh my
Same thing.
God.
Kinda
Thank you,
sounds like
sis.
something else.
Thank
Same
you.
damn thing. You
sis.
know what I mean?
No,
Tomato.
Speaking of sensitive,
Right.
No, I'm okay with. No, but I will start with you and tell you I have no problems saying I'm sensitive. I'm a few things, and I have no problem with that. When you said spoon, it kind of sounds like. I'll tell you.
Tell us later, Theo.
Here it goes.
Tell us later.
I was actually on.
Crazy.
I would say I was on women's side on that one, because that sounded like a weak ass statement. I want a woman who can be a boss with me.
Yes.
Now, I can only use my wife. I always have to go back to her.
Yeah.
She works in a male-dominated field, because we work damn near in the same, basically in the same field,
See?
which is a male-dominated, and she has no problem with I don't like to say playing her role, but being herself.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't find a fucking thing intimidating about it.
See.
And I've seen other women in those particular fields, and I see them around their husbands. It don't seem like they got a fucking problem with it. When I hear men say that, that's the weakest shit you can say. Plus, he doesn't give me... from the little small clip, he don't give me somebody who deals with high-end women
not
anyway.
at all.
So now Kevin Samuels, I don't know him. Small clips, he carries himself as somebody who's been around that circle, or at least he talks like it.
Right.
So I think I give him a little bit more validity because when you listen to more and more of his stuff, he's given even spiel, a more even spiel than that. It seemed like he just wanted to complain about women who made more money. You want to control it. That would have sounded like to me.
Right.
You want to.
I mean, I just read it the other day where it said real men actually give a flying fuck what you got in your pocket. They don't care about the income that's coming in at all. They're not amused by it. They're not moved by it. They're not any of that. You know,
whether you the breadwinner or not.
Yeah, it don't bother me.
Well, then what are the things that you all are saying as to what this young man just said? It's the same shit. His mindset is he doesn't want a higher earning woman. A lot of these guys who make a lot of money don't really want a higher earning woman. He said the same thing y'all just said. You just the statement you made from what you saw goes along with what he just said.
I don't think it's the same thing. What we're saying is whether she makes a lot. I done seen a rich nigga date a broke bitch, and we done seen a rich nigga date a rich bitch.
Right.
Because like with Little Baby and certain things, and that's almost kind of this new little narrative that's going on. Niggas is kind of wanting those type of women, but with wanting a high earning woman, nigga, you got to bring something to the table.
Well,
they want to be the sugar daddies. They want to be taken care of.
Use Lil Baby. Lil Baby's a rap. He's young and he's a rapper.
Right.
There are not many rappers. So as far as young men like that, there's not a lot of guys getting money like Lil Baby. Cool. So the normal is what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about the normal of guys, and then we're talking about guys who get bread. So the normal guy who gets bread, who has the normal job, whether it's a high earning position, a lot of times, and I've heard men say this who get a lot of bread, it's like, bruh, I don't really want to hear all that shit you talking. Like, I don't want to hear you telling me what you want to do. And, like, they don't want to hear all that. Like, it's like, I get money. I need you to be available for me when I need you to do what I need you to do. As simple as that.
Oh, that's a control thing.
It is. It absolutely is.
That's fucking 2022, baby.
I'm telling you, but that's a real thing.
Available to do what? What exactly do I need to do for you that you are not capable of doing for yourself, my love?
Because if I have to go out of town on a trip, I need you to be available to get your shit together and say, let's go. If I say let's go, I need you to come on.
That's not realistic in real life.
That's a real thing. That's why older niggas who get bread like that go for really.
But I feel like, again, but in 2022, that's very realistic. My business could be virtual. I don't even have to be in a building at this very moment. So I can still run my shit, still be a boss in an industry that's male dominated and still be able to cater to my man. I just feel like there's a balance in like it's personality. It's what I want. It's where I'm at in my life. But it's very, very much doable.
Oh, yeah.
Very doable.
For sure.
I just don't need you. If you can't drop it at the drop of a dime to come with me, that's fine. Just understand that I'm still going to take this trip if need be, for this scenario.
But
cool.
That's fine for Julio.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying to you.
Right.
Someone, it's a certain level of selfishness. It's kind of like with athletes. You see Tom Brady, LeBron, all of those guys, not all of them, a lot of those guys who have wives, their wives have had to sacrifice their goals, their dreams. If their goal and dream wasn't to be a wife, they've had to sacrifice those for the past 10, 20 years.
Yeah. Like you said, 10, 20 years. If we are not in that space any the fuck more, we need to get out of that mindset.
Oh, that's not true.
But here it goes.
That's not true at all.
You use Tom Brady as an example, right? Tom Brady's wife was out earning him every year because she's a supermodel. So it ain't her. She found a way to make that shit work.
Yeah, but there were certain things she wanted him to do that Tom Brady was not available and home to do.
I mean,
she had to sacrifice.
Right, exactly.
That just comes with life. There's certain things I want my wife to do. She can't do for time and vice versa.
Give or take.
So that's just a life thing.
But that's my point. When you're getting money, he happened to have a woman who gets money. Cool.
Yeah.
But when you're getting money, and a lot of times, you don't, like you said, you don't need a woman to get money. So you telling me you got to go be a boss and all that, that don't fit in my plan. Like, my plan is for you to be here
with the kids, at the games, at the da-da-da-da-da.
But here goes. If I come with you, right? We get together on this thing.
Yeah.
We get together on this thing called
Right.
marriage. I got to give and take.
Yes.
There's going to be a certain
Right.
part that I want you to do this. Oh, shit, you can't do it? Fuck it. We got to figure another
Yeah.
way around.
Compromise.
So for those guys, show me your longevity in a relationship, then I'll
Yes.
give you some more
Yes.
validity.
There's plenty of women who sit through relationships for a very long time for security reasons.
And they be unhappy. Then
Absolutely.
I didn't say they were
Dating
I don't
dating
go
is
to this
collecting
thing.
data on what is about to come.
Yes.
You should be collecting data when you're dating. So if this person is not showing me,
Now?
know, that right, then what makes you think when we're legally bound that anything's finna change?
Here go. Best thing I can say. Whatever fuck works for Gigi, Tiffany,
Right.
CEO,
Yeah.
Julio works for us
Clearly.
individually.
That's clearly
So
what happened.
there's really not a one defined thing on this, but
But I
to
do
me,
feel that way.
That was a weak ass. That was a weak
That's
ass
sweet,
answer.
but it just reminds me sometimes like with the bad chicks. Like how everybody think, oh, you the baddest, you got niggas falling on the floor, and da, 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 da. It ain't always like that, because every nigga thinks you the baddest, you got niggas falling on the floor.
Yes.
So it was just that part of it, that's what I did agree with, which I thought with him talking and speaking and opening up that thing, you may not feel needed. A man may not feel
Right.
needed. So
That's
sometimes
the
even when you're a
insecurity.
beautiful man or a beautiful woman, people feel like, well, they don't need, I ain't no chance, I ain't gonna holler at them. And the whole time it's like, I'm available, I'm ready today, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You don't know what I got going on,
right.
but you already done shut me down because I'm a
Right.
bad bitch
Right,
or
right,
whatever.
right.
So I don't know. I like that.
That's a self esteem thing.
Yeah,
too.
I agree. I think it's
can't get her.
insecurity.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, oh, you a bad bitch. I'm gonna leave you alone. Nah, nigga, go
It can
shoot your
deter some
shot.
niggas. It can intimidate some niggas though.
Absolutely.
But I feel you.
I'm intimidated. Anyway.
Nah, nigga, you ain't intimidated.
That's our time for the day, y'all.
Carry on.
Gigi, let them know where to
Make
find
sure
you
you
at.
follow your girl JIGI_DNIRO, baby. I won't buy.
You can follow me on IG at TIFFANYFELICIANO.
Hey, you can find me at JULIOATL_.
In the podcast.
Pass
The podcast is the CO Show Podcast.
right here at the bottom.
I'm CO. And you can find me at the.co.show.
This is a fly ass yellow hat.
I
my
love
guy.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm fucking with that.
You want another hat?
I do, preferably that one, but yeah,
You know
we'll talk
what?
about it.
I'm not going to
Where's our
touch
bell?
that
We'll
shit.
negotiate that in our contracts.
Yeah, we'll negotiate it.
Y'all getting
negotiate what?
contracts?
Oh yeah, we got a
We'll
CO show
negotiate what?
contract.
Y'all got contracts?
Oh, sorry. You weren't supposed to say
why-
nothing, Gigi.
This is why you
may
can't
not
give
see-
nobody nothing. No gas money, no nothing. They just run and
Cut the
tell.
mic. Cut the
Run and tell that.
Come on, I'm about to say
With these prices, I might have to put in a request.
You live down the street.
Fuck that. You finna pick us up, CO. Just go ahead. Why not?
lives
Oh, shit,
down-
you damn sure live down the street, man.
She lives down the street.
I checked it out.
Yeah.
My shit is 70 miles from here, bro.
Ooh.
Really?
Blessed Father.
Oh, yeah.
Where you work at?
So about
How far you work?
I don't work today. I was working
Yeah, I was there. Hold on.
I'm home today.
Hey, let's ask Julio the real deal of what happened to him in his social media.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, what's up?
So next time on CEO Show, what we'll be talking about is not that shit.
And that's our time for the day, y'all. We out.